Beneath the tranquil surface of this freshwater spring in North Florida is as amazing a world as you're ever likely to see. On the surface, visitors swim and enjoy the glass-bottom boat tour. And below, in water so clear the visibility seems endless, divers are mapping and exploring what is believed to be one of the world's longest and deepest underwater cave systems. This is Wakulla Springs, and it is part of an enormous underground limestone formation which contributes billions of gallons to the supply of fresh water that Florida uses daily. Ponce de Leon is said to have discovered this spring, which some believe might even be his legendary fountain of youth. In more recent times, the natural beauty of Wakulla, its clear water, and the jungle-like setting has captured the attention of visitors since it was used in the early 1930s as a location for the first Tarzan movies. And along about the time Johnny Weissmuller was swinging on vines, the first primitive attempts were being made to discover the source of the spring's enormous volume of fresh water. And it was then that divers discovered a treasure trove no one was really looking for. Along the smooth bottom, lying on the sand, was a multitude of bones. Some were clearly the remains of prehistoric creatures long extinct. Scientists puzzled over what they were and how they got there.
Probably at the time that they were at Wakulla, the water table was down much lower. It was probably not a spring. It was probably a deep sinkhole, and animals, they would just congregate there, and I suspect some of them just sort of fell in accidentally.
Modern paleontologists, diving deeper into prehistoric times, point out that the mastodon skeletons found at Wakulla, now mounted in museums, and the mastodon bones and teeth still to be seen here, prove that this great spring has been welling forth for 25,000 years. New finds are still being made.
One group of bones turned out to be the neatness one sees here at Wakulla.
And you can see from the skeleton, which was recovered in the 1930s, this was a huge animal. Stood 16 feet high at the head.
A mastodon fossil like this one might bring $1 million in today's market. And as these divers push deeper into the enormous cave system, they are discovering that Wakulla has many more treasures buried in the sand.
One of the most interesting things is in the limestone matrix are frozen all kinds of relics of time. You've got complete skeletons of creatures that no longer exist. These are all well preserved. And then you find more recent type of bones that are actually in bone form that may be 10, 20,000 years old that are laying on the floor.
Although the spring clearly contains many more prehistoric fossils, the divers must leave them for the time being. Underwater paleontology is an expensive undertaking, and the mission here is to study the flow of water through the cave system.
And the recent 2 projects to map Wakulla Springs have resulted in the finding of additional bone beds. These have not been observed by a paleontologist or an archaeologist, so it's unclear what might be down there. In late Pleistocene fauna in Florida are mammoth and mastodon and horse and saber cat.
So the scientists are happy to let the prehistoric fossil bones lay undisturbed, just asking the divers to map and photograph locations for future research and recovery. In the meantime, the treasure of Wakulla is considered safe. Having survived down here for many thousands of years, it's a good bet it'll be here a little while longer.